What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Andy the Destroyer Ruiz. Get this, once again, Andy had this to say in the Billy Sloan column, okay? And he had this to say about the punch from the gods, or the lucky punch that people say he landed against Anthony Joshua. And this is his quote. He said, "I hit him with punches he didn't see coming. That's not luck, that's boxing." And let me counterpunch. I 100% absolutely positively agree with Andy Ruiz. That's exactly what happened. AJ did not see them shots coming. He did not see the shots that hit him, and he knew all he knew after he was hurt on the punches that were coming afterwards. And then, that really didn't matter because by that time he was already hurt. So I do agree with Andy Ruiz. No, that's not a lucky punch. It's called boxing. It's called setting traps. You know what I mean? When Andy was that close, when AJ got that close trying to finish Andy off with his reach versus Andy's reach, Andy was in striking distance for his own counters. You know what I mean? So he dipped and slipped and dipped and bow. And he caught Anthony Joshua and coming in, trying to force an attack, trying to force another knockdown, and got caught. And, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Here's my issue. If the only thing we can talk about is something that happened damn near 6 years ago, Andy, you're not doing enough. You know what I mean? Because it's like you are living in the past. You're putting yourself in a situation and you're archiving your life at a point in time where it's no longer relevant. The guy that you took the belts from don't even have the belts no more. You see what I mean? In fact, the belts that you fought for and won, they're not in his possession, and they're not even the same belt range. They're not even in the same belts. You know what I mean? The belts that you had, Daniel has one, Alexander Usyk has the other, and you haven't fought any of those guys. I would love to see an Andy Ruiz fight and a Daniel Dubois fight. That would be a good fight because we could see if Andy still has the tenacity to fight someone like that. And it would be a very good fight to see how Daniel can deal with a counterpuncher like Andy Ruiz, because that's sure as hell what he is. He's a real quick, explosive counterpuncher. He has real fast hands, and his feet are not as fast as his hands. But he's a hell of a fighter, and for what I know, he has a good chin. And then when he gained that weight back, he showed us that he has a good chin by the punches he took from Luis Ortiz. Even though I think Luis Ortiz hurt him in the 12th round, he still showed like, bro, I still got a beard on me, okay? So he showed that. But him talking about this steal, and I know he could have been asked that, so I'm not saying that. But here's my thing. If we don't hear about what happened in your surgery, your operation, what type of break you had, was it broken? Was it fractured? How was it injured, Andy? How the hell did the surgery go? How long was it? Where are the visual aids? Like what rehabilitation did you do? Are you in healing process? Are you in recovery? What in the fuck is going on with you now? Not 2019, June 1st and everything after that, up until the second fight with AJ. Bro, AJ's not a champion no more. In fact, AJ ain't been a champion in over 2 years. Matter of fact, over 3 years. He's not been a champion for a very long time, and you're still talking about AJ stories. Bro, we're sick of talking about AJ stories. How about the Jarrell Miller story? How about, your next talks of coming back in the ring? How about the conversation you had with Turki Al-Sheikh? How about these possible fights that could happen in your career? Because to me, it almost seems like Andy Ruiz retires after every damn fight. I mean, that's what it seems like to me. It seems like he's either retired or he retires after every single fight. You know what I mean? So him talking about that with AJ, and I'm glad that he is clearing this up, but that's been cleared up. That wasn't a punch from the gods. That wasn't a lucky punch. That was shots that was set up perfectly by Andy Ruiz because he had an attitude of desperation. He wanted the chance to succeed and overcome, and he had the no retreat, no surrender mindset. So he got his ass off that floor after getting hit with one of the hardest punches that he ever got hit with, because he never went down up until that fight. And he came in there, stuck it out, slipped and dipped, threw the shots, landed the shots, and made history. That's what Andy Ruiz did in a nutshell. But after that, not much more than that, to be fair. You know what I'm saying? So his career has stopped. It's almost like when Andy had his best fights or his best moments. It's like almost like he died as he came up. You see what I mean? It's almost like, well, damn, dude, it seems like when you were at your highest, it's almost like you died because your whole purpose had looked like it went right down the drain because you had no more of what you wanted and what you got and had to get up to that point. It's almost like you shot your wad and that was it. That was all you had. And it's sad. It really is, because it's like, you know, we've seen a guy, it don't matter how he looks. It don't matter if he's fat. It don't matter if he's overweight or obese. We all know that about Andy. But that what's important. Can he fight? Yes, we saw that he could fight. I seen that he could fight against Joseph Parker. You know, and then honestly, I think he was discriminated against Bob Arum because he was fat. I don't want to say because he was Mexican, but I think because he was fat and how he looked, I think people just didn't like the idea of a visual, like visualizing him as a champion or as someone you can thrive behind. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't even look like a champion. And I think that's what he was discriminated against. If you really want to know how I feel about Andy, I think he had some issues and some discrimination about his weight, because people made fun of him, and that shit ain't cool. But at the same time, when he got to where he needed to be and he capitalized on it, it's like instantaneously when he won that first fight, that Andy that wanted all that desired all that was hungry for all that, it's like he got fed and he wasn't hungry no more. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Andy Ruiz. Once again, setting the record straight on the Anthony Joshua knockout of June 1st, 2019. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.